Here are the 9 topics in terms of your project explanation that will help you to clear a data science interview. Let's see what are these topics. So guys, here are the 9 topics that you should prepare regarding your project if you are going for a data science interview. Okay. Now I have given here an additional topic 0, which is like how to explain your project. Okay. And for this one, there is a detailed video on Unfold Data Science. Link is right here. You must watch that video. Leaving this apart, there are 9 questions or 9 topics here. First is how did you ingest the data? Second is some ad hoc questions on platforms, on team, etc. Then your role, then challenge and solution, some of your challenges and solution. Validation of your model, why some technique, why not some other technique, model stability test, and then what more could have been done in the project, and then explain benefits of your project to a layman. Now, if you watch carefully, guys, here I have put some FT, etc. before all these. Okay. So F stands for filter. Okay. So why I am saying filter? First two questions are a filter that whether you have worked on a project or you are faking. Okay. The next two, your role and challenge and solution, is to test your team ability. Whether you are a good team player, you can solve the problem, you can find the solution of the issues on the ground. These two are to test that. Next three are to test your technical knowledge, and last two are for consultancy kind of roles. Okay, so if you are at kind of my experience level, you will face these questions because sometimes they want you to do some bit of consulting as well. Okay, let's try to understand how do you answer all these one by one. Data ingestion. What will be the question coming to you? So as I told you, this is a filter question mostly to understand if you have worked or you are faking. Now, one mistake that you can make is you can say that I got data in CSV or Excel. Normally in real world project, 99% of the times you will not get data in CSV or Excel. You will fetch data from some database, either on-prem or cloud or some big data platforms or some databases. But normally, generally, you will not get data in one single Excel sheet or CSV file. So don't say that. Try to say that you got data, you wrote a query, you made a connection. Through that connection string, you pulled the data. Or you can say that in your organization there is a framework through which people pull the data. Other team has built that framework. There is a data connect. There is a way to connect to the data. Okay, you can say like that in data ingestion part. In ad hoc, they will ask you platform related and team related random questions. This is again a filter to check if you have worked or you are faking. Platform related, they may ask you something like, for example, if you talk of big data system, they can say how many nodes was there in the cluster. Okay. If you are working, if you are talking about your data, I will ask you randomly how many columns were in your data, how many rows were in your data. Can you name some of the columns? Okay, and I can tell you how did you join this data with that data. So some of these queries high level to understand that, same filter purpose. Okay, team related, for example, how many members were in your team, how many architects were in your team. Okay, can you tell me the composition of your team, like how many people were hands on, how many people were kind of guiding. All that will come in these two. So you have to find out the answer that sounds most suitable. Okay, how to answer? Prepare for all these things in advance. Okay, if you have not worked in real world industry problem, just google about some platform, some team size of data science, and you have to tell based on that. There is no right or wrong answer here, just that you should not say something which does not look real. Okay, then comes your team related, activity related things. For example, what was your role? So obviously prepare on this very well, like this was my role. I used to work hands on, I used to interact with client, I used to do the documentation also, I used to fine tune the model, whatever your role was, right? So everything will come here. Then interviewer will ask you to understand if you are a problem solver. Tell me one challenge and how did you solve it? One on the ground challenge. Okay. So you can say something like the data we received was having lot of junk values and it was not possible to, clean the junk values in one shot. So some innovative thing you have to tell here. Okay. So this was the challenge and this was the solution. Or you can say like, when we receive data from multiple sources, it was difficult to combine because the formats were different. So what we did is we brought everything to a JSON format or some other format. Then we created pandas data frame and then we joined it, something like this. So one challenge and one solution, which tells you that you are a problem solver, you are a good team player. Okay, once you pass these initial filters and initial checks, then interviewer may ask you some knowledge related, deep knowledge related questions, right? For example, how did you validate that your model was doing good? Now, this is again an open area where you can say whatever you want based on your knowledge. Okay, so you can say that with the help of business, with the help of technical team, with the help of my knowledge, we validated the model based on these metric. Okay, and then you can say we cross ran the model with multiple periods. We checked how the model is behaving, and then we validated the model. Okay, all this depends on your use case or how you want to explain it. Okay, then interviewer may ask you why this approach, why not some other approach. For example, if you say that I use logistic regression, interviewer may ask you, hey, why not random forest, why logistic regression? In that case, with confidence you have to say that logistic regression because I wanted to understand the relation between target variable and independent variable with confidence. My client was interested in this relationship. With confidence he wants to understand, hence logistic regression. Random forest will not give me that mathematical relationship, or my underlying assumptions were fitting to logistic regression, hence logistic regression. Or logistic regression is the model which is interpretable in a better way, so everybody is comfortable with that, including business and stakeholders. So logistic regression. So whatever you want to say with confidence, and have a justification of if you are using one technique and not other technique, then why you are using that technique. Okay, then comes your model stability. So they will ask you, how did you ensure that your model will run good 1 year from now? Okay, so here also you can say all the model monitoring, model pipeline stuff, and you can say that we monitor model every 2 months, and there is an automated script which raises an alert if the performance of the model as compared to the past data, when it is gone, right? When I compare the performance of the model with the past, if the performance is below certain threshold, then the alert script will send us alert, we go back and check the model. This is just one example. Okay, it can be something else. You can read more about model stability and find an answer for this. Now comes to the senior folks, who are a little more experienced level, who are looking for the consultant kind of role, right? Before going further, guys, request to please subscribe to the channel if you have not done yet. That gives me confidence. Okay, please do that, guys. If you have not done yet, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, and what more could have been done in the project? Now this is something which will test your wider understanding of data science. Okay, for example, uh, you built a model on customer data of Flipkart. Okay, and then the data were related to transactions and sales. Okay, there was no customer personal data, customer's personal attribute. So you can say that, if I have customer's personal attribute, maybe I can build a better model. Okay, so you can say that if I am given a chance to ask to client, then I will ask for customer's personal attribute data as well. Similarly, in a credit card scenario, you can say that, well, I have all the transactions data, but I don't know which country and which timing the transaction is happening. So if I have the country, geographical location as the and the time, then I can build a better model. So you can say something like this. Okay, what more could have been done on the modeling? What more could have been done on the data? So all these examples I gave you. Data modeling side, you can say I was having limited time. If I had more time, I could have tried blah 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 model. There is no end to the answer, guys. Many things can be done here. I'm just trying to give you an idea. Okay, and then if you are looking for a consultant or senior role, explain benefits to a layman. These benefits you have to explain in a methodology called STAR: situation, task, action, and result. I have explained this as well in this video. I'm giving you the link. So try to understand how to explain benefits always in terms of dollar value. So you have to say, okay, this is the situation and this model is solving the problem. This model is, saving, let's say, 100K USD of the customer every quarter. So this is one benefit. Okay, you have to give an example saying this was a manual process, 10 people were working manually, this was the dollar, burn on that, but when we built this model, this much of money was saved in that. So this way, not very technical, you have to explain it in the layman's term. Okay, and you have to follow the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result method, where you say that this is what was solved and this is the dollar value of the outcome. Okay, so I hope you got an idea what all areas you need to prepare for your data science project. And if you do well in these areas, there is a very good possibility that you will be selected in the interview. Okay, please go ahead and press the like button, guys, if you like this video, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not done yet. I will see you all in the next video. Wherever you are, stay safe and take care.